1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's just a fun way of starting the video. Of course, I'm on Zoom, and Zoom, you have latency issues with your sound and stuff. So every time you start to talk and you play music, get this little interference thing going. So what I'm going to talk about today on my podcast topic is for you and I is addiction, celebrations, and about the recovering alcoholic and drug addict. First of all, please know that I'm not a telemarketer. I don't need you to go fund me, and I don't represent a company nor a group. I'm just sharing my own life experiences as I know them. Because some people write books to make money, and others advertise non-alcoholic free beer or wine that appeals to people with drinking problems. They're just people with drinking problems. They need something fake to get them along. They can pretend to be okay. But that sounds insane to me because in my case, alcoholism is an incurable disease if you decide to keep entertaining or drinking it. Okay? If you decide to continue to do it, then it can be fatal emotionally, mentally, and evidently. And as you know, you see many people in gray and die from alcoholism, drinking themselves to death or drugging themselves to death. And of course, for me, it's deadly, while for some, the majority of normal society is okay to take a drink, lots of drinks. But listen to this for the people that are sick and ailing and have problems. If you wreck your car, your marriage, lose your job, or kill someone, then that must in fact be more than a small problem than those people that need to have substances like free beer content or free wine content so they can fool themselves and think that that's not wine or beer, but they like the idea of playing with the bottle. It's stupid to me. That's why, even if you can't face the day without a drink, my friend, that's a problem. So why would a person that's trying to get away from something that is killing them embrace a source of destruction that teases them, that teases the mind, such as alcoholic free beer? Why you want to buy something like that? That's just getting us started. Actually, I'm here to talk about the recovering process. That introduction just helped me to get started, so we can get warmed up. You might be more interested in what I'm saying. So you might ask yourself, why do I think I'm qualified to talk about addiction and recovery if I'm not don't represent a rehab facility? I'm not a doctor, counselor, nurse, none of that. Fact is, I'm a subject of life, the real deal, so to speak. Counselors, doctors, and psychiatrists, people like that do invest in jobs like that who have the same problems. Actually, some of them learn from people like us. They learn a great deal. Yes, and I say us because if you watch this video, you would know you're like me or somebody you are married to or your child or somebody is like me. You see, I say like me in the recovery process, you always one drink away from a drunk or one toke away from fatal destruction. At 13, I was introduced to muscle relaxers that I got from my brother's dentist visit. That helped me to cope with being with myself at 13. At 14, I found out how well you could escape on alcohol at Everclear. Total destructive drink. If you drink it for long, sure you won't be here too much longer. I'm still here. So I evidently didn't get too much of it. And at 15, I found heroin, which was being a junkie was my cup of tea. I didn't like the lifestyle. The association was cool because for a moment I could relate to those people, they downtrodden lifestyles and the pain and all that. But eventually, alcohol became my drug of choice. I smoothed out on Romalar cough surge, which was a mild antidote that helped to destroy the brain cells as well, while I could continue thinking I was okay. Also, at 15, I got to spend some unique, very unique, and genuine time with some much older guys, people, drug addicts, and alcoholics. These people that had become lost in the system, lost in life, so lost that some of them were so destitute that they allowed themselves to be test subjects. In the 70s, they looked for a cure for addiction by having people use heavier drugs, which was quite backwards. It didn't work on the mind; it worked on the body, and deteriorating factor. And people just deteriorated. The more you do, the more you take in, the more you destroy yourself. Doesn't calm your brain. Now I think those experiments were designed to cut down on the drug addiction and population, the people that were taking drugs, and it were ruining the country, so to speak. They were experiencing on stuff that would help destroy them, so they wouldn't be there anymore. The people didn't want that in their neighborhoods, but evidently, look at today, it's everywhere. The epidemic of low self-esteem is everywhere. The epidemic of being lost is everywhere. Nobody can take that from you. Nobody can lift you up other than yourself. I fortunately was smart enough to be free enough to understand that if I did not do drugs or drink, I would not have the same problems that I had. I understood that at a young age. But you have to realize that it's not that easy to come to terms with yourself alone. At 23, I was diagnosed with as being a chronic addict, if you will, call it chronic alcoholic, chronic drug addict. My sobriety date, though, is June 15th, 1978, which was a long time ago. Still, the methods used and the motivation, the emotions that drive us to drown ourselves in guilt, hide being who we are, and to escape reality in general remain the same throughout history. Van Gogh was a famous painter and shot himself in the head because of his misery. And that was a terrible way to go. And I'm sure he may have probably drank along the way that wasn't good enough. So he just finally ended it, collapsed, famous painter. He's famous now. So that tells you about fame if you're looking for it. The ancient book, the Bible, Isaiah 28:7 says, and these also go astray because of the wine. Their alcoholic beverages make them stagger. Priests and prophets go astray because of the alcohol. The wine confuses them. That sounds like me in my day when I drank. It sounds like a lot of people today. Nothing changed about it. Human nature proves to be the same. We're imperfect. Alcoholism is a disease which gets worse, and it does not change with consumption. Just like being allergic to chocolate. And keep in mind, though, let me go back to this Bible quote. The Bible does not condemn alcohol. It just provides a warning for those that go along with it, that need somebody to encourage them to stop. So if you couldn't relate to anything now, you can relate to this. Yes, I have a problem. You can say that sometime. We can stop if we're honest with ourselves and we have someone to help us. Some people stop without help. Some people just want to embrace life that much. I say I wasn't that fortunate. We're not talking about religion, but during the holidays, people celebrate themselves. They embrace a certain euphoria that quickly fades. They escape in gift giving and merry good time and merrymaking. The normal people go back to work and they talk about everything that they did, all the insane moments and the joyful times they had. While the pitiful person that acted alcoholic, who was born to more regret, or the drug addict, whoever, people like me, if we do drink or do drugs during that time period, it gets worse. Did we spend too much money? Did we kill somebody? Did we make a fool of ourselves? Spend too much time in the corner wondering who we are? Got kicked out of bars or party? You can avoid the hype or feelings of destitution by being real with yourself. I found that out. I had to, excuse me, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Well, be quiet. Understanding that we are not missing out on a thing if we just don't go to the party. If we just stay at home, it's all right. Best to be alone if you're tempted to be self-destructive. And if you do have to go somewhere, realize it's okay to go and drink a Sprite and have just as much fun. Because those people out there that you're among, they feel just as lost because they have to dabble in the drink. Some of them do. Some of them do it okay, but they won't remember anything. You will. And it's not a shame to just be yourself naturally. If you just have to be out there, know that you don't have to mingle. You can fit in. You can watch and have fun. Maybe next time you might not want to go because you know you don't belong there. But in this sane world, sober world, people get up and can go again, but you can't. So I'm not here to preach to you, but I am here to suggest that you find new friends. And you can do that by starting from within. It's easy to do. It's a short, simple message. If you fall, look me up, and you can do that for free. We can talk on Zoom. I'm here because I can help, not because I can gain anything out of it. Again, I'm not getting paid for it, and I don't need hits or GoFundMe. I just need to be helpful, like someone helped me some time ago. You can reach me at 336-944-1817. 336-944-1817. Or Dwayne's Rain at gmail.com. Now, I'm not accepting long distance phone calls. You better hit me up on WhatsApp or text me, or we can Zoom or message me. We on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or your Messenger with that number. We can chit chat. I'll be there for you because that's what I do. That's what it's all about. All right. Little musical here for you. Let's see. Keep that dog bite in mind, bark in mind. Now let's do something else. It's just the end of my video. I'll go in a minute. I like the sound of it. background pictures are just a little food for thought. Keep you going. All right. Holla at you. Holla at me. I don't know who you are. I know somebody watching because there's somebody, mamas, a lot of mamas and stuff, cling to my post because they had little sons and daughters and husbands, well, not mamas, the sons and daughters that are in trouble. Some wives for somebody, it's hope. Even if you don't refer your recovering person to somebody, because all the time people that are in recovery mood, they don't want to hear it. But it's hope for you. You don't have to sit there and worry about them. They choose to sit out there and destroy themselves. That's on them. They have a choice. You do have a choice. Mm-hmm. Some people are sick and can't be honest. They need to be put away. You help put them away. So maybe they can come around. But take care of your health. And hopefully you'll find somebody that wants to listen, that wants to stop, wants to get better. I did. Put me a long time. I'm here. Bye, y'all.